Well, Sundial Group actually is quite unusual in the meetings industry in that it's still privately owned. We have 3 of our own properties and they're all in beautiful historic houses in their own grounds. So we've actually created a reputation for being responsible for generating an environment for people. We're not just, here's a meeting room, here's a bedroom. It's more about what's your event, how can we add value for you, how can we create the right environment. And a lot of that is down to our staff, down to the environment that we've got in terms of the buildings, the facilities. But luckily we've got a high level of support from lots of repeat customers coming to us. The 3 properties, one is Highgate House in Northamptonshire, Barnet Hill down in Guildford, just outside Guildford, and Woodside in Kenilworth.
But I understand that your services are not just confined to the venues, you offer other perhaps distinctive elements that other venues don't tend to offer.
Yeah, it's another demonstration of our wish to partner with our customers, that we've got involved in exactly what it is they want from us. So we do meetings management, we help people plan events either off-site from us or actually do the logistics of their event with us. We also have our own team building and learning and development company. So if they want to do team building in the grounds, we've got Teamscapes. And a recent innovation of our Teamscapes is actually now doing indoor culinary Teamscapes and all sorts of problem-solving indoor activities, which are now to a limited extent available off-site as well. One of our biggest clients is delivering a program of team building across the whole organisation, and they want us to run it in different parts of the UK. So that's a new and interesting service that we're developing at the moment.
Now, you're regularly acknowledged for the excellence of your customer service. Lots of people talk about it, but you seem to be actually doing it better than most. Tell us about your philosophy.
We get lots of recognition, I know, and I think it's actually because of the values of our organisation, the way we've been set up. It's actually the 2nd generation of the family, and it's always been one of those businesses which actually grew from a guest house and still has that kind of family business involvement with the team. So the team feel very, I think, loyal. We certainly never take that for granted. I get involved in the induction of every new member of staff. We've got over 200 staff. So I actually explain the values, the history of the business, and I try and get people to feel that sense of stewardship so that everyone has an invested interest in the business being successful. We've developed that through with a balanced scorecard approach. So everyone in the organisation, we're very transparent, everyone knows what the goals, the financial results, all of the outcomes from each of our businesses, and we incentivise people. So we very much believe in getting people involved and getting people to buy into their job and using their empathy and understanding in the business to support our customers.
We talked about recognition for what you were able to offer. I think perhaps the most significant of those recently was the BDRC award. That was for Best Venue Group, I think, in the country.
That's right. It's actually a composite score, and we've been participating in BDRC benchmarking now since it started 4 years ago. It involves about 20 brands across the UK, all the big meeting brands that everyone knows as part of this benchmarking. And to be part of it, we have to contribute by giving the email contacts of every event planner. BDRC is a marketing research company, and they approach those event planners for detailed feedback about their event. At the moment, I think it's something like 30% of event planners respond, and they've collected something like 20,000 items of feedback. They then benchmark the performance of the different organisations in the industry, and we're very proud to have won the top composite score 3 years out of 4 since the benchmarking started. So we know and we have evidence that we perform better than any of the other meeting brands out there.
And you're here today at Confex after another triumph.
That's right, last night we won the Best Meetings brand at the M&IT Awards. But actually winning awards, it's great for motivation, it's great for our staff and for recognition. But the main reason we do this kind of thing is or get involved in things like the benchmarking, is to genuinely find out what our customers think, how they rate us. I call it healthy paranoia, and it's part of what gets me out of bed in the morning. I like to know what our customers are saying, and I like to know who else is performing well. And if I see that they actually say someone else is doing better than us, I'm in my car straight away to go and look at that venue and find out how we can be better.
Now, you've got a lot going for you, but we have been through what most people recognise as a recession in the conference business. Are you through that now? Do you think the industry's through it?
Certainly my opinion is it's stopped getting worse. I think that's the best that we can say. It feels like it's stabilised. I think that possibly we're going to be coming into, I wouldn't say a second downturn, but I think it's going to continue to be tight this year. I think particularly when the public sector starts to cut back on its budgets for meetings and development, leadership development and the sorts of things which we host, I think we will see a further tightening of the purse strings. But what we're seeing at the moment is some of the corporates are beginning to get back in, and certainly I think the more successful ones are saying we need to keep developing our people, we need to keep having meetings, team building, we need to have these events. So we're beginning to see our loyal customers coming back with a bit more business.
Now we're here at Confex on the MIMN stand. I have to say I wasn't aware of that until today. Perhaps you'd tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm here today as one of the trustees of the Meetings Industry Meeting Needs. It's an industry charity which has been started about 4 or 5 years, and we're trying to make sure that the CSR credentials of the meetings industry are channeled, and so we encourage anyone in the meetings industry to find out about meetings industry meeting needs. We collect funds and we then distribute them generally to much smaller charities who don't have their own big fundraising programs going on. So it's usually smaller projects, often in Africa, India or in the UK, worthy causes which are usually connected in some way to the meetings industry. But we get other organisations to either become charity partners or to run events, and so far we've collected over £130,000 for different charities.
Well, I wish you well with MIMN, and
Thank you.
I'm sure you don't need it, but also with the Sundial.
That's great. Nice to see you again, Michael. Cheers. Thanks.